G'day everybody, Aussienutz and Princess Jinx here. On today's quick Luma guide, we're going to be teaching you several things, hopefully answering some much needed questions. One would be, there's a couple of subjects we're going to touch here. Fertilizers, sprinklers, bees, animals, how they help, and what are ever seeds. So what I'll do is I'll let my wife take it over in a second. You're going to be seeing it from her screen, so her point of view, so you can see as she's explaining what's going on. So, my dear, could you briefly explain sprinklers, the difference between 7x7 and 9x9, as you could?
Yeah, so the sprinklers, the 7x7 sprinklers are the small ones. Those are the ones that you're going to get right off the bat whenever you first get sprinklers. And as you can see, they're 7x7. This plot is not the right size for the sprinkler. I have to redo my whole garden right now because I didn't plan ahead. But if you plan ahead and you have 9x9 plots, you can always plant them in a 7x7 area until you get the bigger sprinklers. And this is a 9x9. I mean a 7x7, and then this one's a 9x9. You can see it's much bigger. So I have to redo all my plots now to fit the 9x9. The other thing is that you can put your fertilizer in here. So if you mouse over your grapevines, for instance, it'll tell you what fertilizer you need. That one doesn't need fertilizer. This one, nope, but I think this one does. If you hover over your plants, it'll tell you what you need. This one needs fertilizer. So if you have fertilizer, you can load up your sprinklers with the fertilizer and not have to constantly fertilize. So I'm adding the fertilizer in this one. You just put it on your bar and click on the sprinkler, and you can see I have 43 extras in here. So every time it'll take as many fertilizers as it needs for the grapes, because the grapes use fertilizer. The blueberries here don't use fertilizer, so it won't use it for the blueberries, but they'll still just need water, so they'll get the water. Something else I want to do is I want to go back through all my plants and put my plants together that some plants just need water, some plants need certain fertilizers. I think if I have half and half on all my plots, I think if I group them better, I'll get a better, I won't have to put fertilizer in so many of the sprinklers because they don't all use fertilizer.
Beautiful. So, to add to the farms, we have this beautiful thing over here called bees. Could you briefly explain when a bees may be used and what they're used for?
Yeah, so the bees are only used in the later plants. And whenever you mouse over the plants, you'll see that they need bees. For instance, if I take this beehive away real quick, and then I mouse over this plant, it's going to tell me that I need bees. So there's only a few, and like I said, it's the later ones. You can't make the beehive until later in the game. So whenever you get to that and it needs bees, you'll know you're at the point where you can make the beehive. Although you can get it a lot earlier. You put it back down. Put everything back in it. And now the plants are happy again. So they do a 9x9 area. As you can see, this is not a 9x9. It's very small. But you can, when I redo it, I'll make a 9x9 area for the beehive plants. And then I'll put all those together. So one beehive in the middle should cover, the whole area. And if I'm doing 2 plants per area, then one beehive will cover 2 of the plants.
Beautiful. And it's always good to plan to do 9x9, and it may take you a while. So if you plan your crop area to be 9x9, when you go through the 7x7, you're going to be able to water a lot of your crops, but not all of them, obviously. But when you get to the point where you can place down the 9x9 sprinklers, then that's when they will come into effect, and you've already planned your space out, your farm area, if that makes sense. So what do the animals do? What does each animal do, and how do we combat certain ailments that our crops go through, my dear?
So the rabbits will eat your weeds. That's the first thing you're going to get. And you're going to want those right off the bat because the weeds are really bad. So you'll get your rabbits first. Second, you'll get your chickens. There's the chicken house right here. It's got 2 chickens in it. And I don't know why. Maybe the chickens don't come out in the rain. I don't know. But if your chickens aren't coming out and they're sleeping and it's during the day, there could be a fox running around. So if you get a fox and you have a fox running around, then you get your goats. Your goats will take care of the fox, they'll chase him off. So we have goats wandering around outside and inside the pens just because you can see the fox in both places. After the fox, you've got pigs. The pigs drop tons of fertilizer. So all the fertilizer you see on my bar right now, including the one I don't have on there, which is the farm fertilizer, the pigs will drop that every morning. They'll drop a whole bunch of it. So more pigs you have, more fertilizer you get. And then they also drop, what do they drop? I forgot.
Pigs drop garlic as well, I think it is.
No, it's not garlic.
No, what is it? It's
ginger.
Not... Ginger.
They drop ginger.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting what they drop. They drop ginger that you can cook with. So you'll run into some recipes later that need ginger, and they'll drop the ginger for you. And then after that, you have cows. The cows will give you milk. The goats also give you milk. I find piles of milk all over the place. And I don't have a cow yet. I have one, but I haven't put it out yet because I haven't built the pen. So we'll find out more about cows later.
So the reason why chickens are not out right now is because they were out when she was over showing you the bees, and they were pecking all the bugs off of the plants. So, and once they're done, I guess they just wanted to go rest. I'm not too sure, but they are flapping around a little bit over by the tomatoes by the looks of things. So
we've got two in here. So, oh, are they out? Are they around here somewhere? I don't see them.
Yeah, there's some running up
over.
over.
Oh yeah, I see some over there. Okay.
So the next up is Everseeds. A lot of people are a little bit confused about Everseeds. So if you could you let us know what Everseeds are? How do we get them, and what are the benefits?
Yeah, so the Everseeds, you can see here on my bar, I have a regular seed. This is just a green seed that you buy in the store. And then the gold seeds are the Everseeds. And sometimes you can get them whenever you're farming. You might get one, maybe two every time you farm. Maybe. Sometimes you don't get anything. But if you want to buy the Everseeds, you take these coins right here, which you have different coins for every biome. And this coin is the one that buys things from the mushroom guy. So if you go to the mushroom guy in each biome, you can buy Everseeds for the plants that you want.
So I'm going to have my wife just pop over to her original garden area, and I'm going to pop some jungle nature tokens, mountain and farm, so she can show you the different tokens that that you can exchange for Everseeds and many things when you find the mushroom vendor. So I'll let my wife take it from here.
Yeah, the green ones are not in here, but this is the jungle token, this is the mountain token, this is the farm token, and then there's a green token. I probably have some on these here somewhere. There's a green token that's for the forest. And I don't see. Nope, I don't have any.
Unlimited inventory is good.
Oh, wait, forest is blue. Sorry.
Forest you got forest? There you go.
Yep. There's the forest token. So there's 4 tokens, one for each biome, and then you turn them into the mushroom guy, and you get the Everseeds, which are the gold ones. Really, the Everseeds are the only thing that I see in there that multiplies itself. So it's not like you have... it's not like you're buying like ore or something that you're going to use and it's going to be gone. You put the Everseeds down and they'll multiply themselves. So to me, that's the best thing to use them for temporarily, at least for now.
Beautiful. That is awesome. So that is a farming guide. Hopefully we were able to, well, my wife was able to cover any questions that you may have about what goes what, how do I do this, what is fertilizer, sprinklers, bees, oh my lord, what do the animals do, help me. We've got you covered best we can. If you do have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to reach out via comments, and we will answer your comments on YouTube comments. I'm sorry. So just quickly, my wife, tell people what you're doing with the hoe, which may help as well for farming.
Yeah. So once you get the upgraded hoe, first you'll get 1 row if you hold it down for both for hoeing and for harvesting. And then if you hold it down a little longer, you'll get 2 rows. And then once it's maxed out, if you hold it down, you'll get 3 rows. So you can farm 3 rows at a time. The other thing is that some of the plants that have stakes, you can walk through the stakes. So like I have mine separated here. You really don't need to do that. If you look down here, I have kiwi. If I can get down there because it's slow walking through this stuff. I have kiwi and I have all the rows together. So you can actually harvest all the rows together and you can walk through them. So there's no need to have to separate the stakes. I have them separated down there because I didn't know at first, but when I redo my garden, I'm going to put them all together. You can actually do, 6 rows and just farm them 3 at a time, but you can walk through them so you can get your stuff out of there and not have to worry about the stakes.
Yeah, some games do have that issue where stakes act as you can't get through it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to pass through this rabbit hutch here, but you can't get through. So that means you wouldn't be able to go through these. So a nice big hats off to the developers for thinking of that and allowing you to pass through your crops, because some people I know for a fact are going to build big farms. This is just a small area. So did you want to quickly cover trees by chance, or do you think trees are covered under everything you've already mentioned?
Everything pretty much works the same with trees. I can show you the trees though. So again, you want a 9x9 area for your big sprinklers, but this sprinkler is on a 7x7 area. And then we also have, this one needs beehives to work. So I had to put a beehive over here. So I'm planted in 7x7, but you can see that I have a plant outside of that area that's not getting watered. And it's not getting fertilizer. So once I put the 9x9 on here, it'll actually be picked up. But you have to be careful because when you have to add the water sprinkler with a fertilizer is covering this area, but then whenever you go over to the beehive, it shifts because you can't put it in the same center spot. So it's going to shift one way or the other, depending on what side of the sprinkler you decide to put it on. So it's almost like the beehive should be in the very middle, but maybe you can't do a 9x9. You might have to do like an 8x8 to make sure everything's within the square. I'm still playing with that, trying to figure out how to do it, because having 2 things in the middle, of course, one of them's not going to be right in the very center. And then this one, as you can see, I have no fertilizer in here. So these plants are all gray because there's no fertilizer. So it's waiting for fertilizer. I can add some right now. And then they'll all turn green.
Yep, I've seen them transition as it happened. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're instantly green. And it's raining right now, so they really don't need water, but they got fertilizer. And this one right here is a really good example. You can see the 7x7. You can see that what's green is in the 7x7 area. Everything outside of that in the 9x9 area is not green because it's not getting fertilizer. So as soon as I change the sprinkler out to a 9x9, whenever I get enough mats, they'll all turn green and all give us fruit.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that, my dear. So, guys, again, if you have any questions, maybe we missed something. We're still learning ourselves, but we do want to get some guides out there. The reason why I'm doing these guides is to, 1, help folks out, and a lot of them have been helpful, and 2, we get asked a lot of questions on stream and then get asked, can we do a guide for this or a guide for that, because that was well explained. So I want to thank Princess Jinx for joining me on this guide. This was an awesome guide. And guys, we will see you on the next one. Maybe we'll do another one together. We'll see. Let us know what you think. Thank you, my friends. Have a good one. Aussie and PJ out. Uru.